Hello, it's another Co-Pilots podcast. This week, it's the Magic School Bus special, which I didn't fucking know was going to happen.
I'm sorry.
I've got no idea how we managed to get onto it, but we did spend quite a lot of time talking about the Magic fucking School Bus.
And we were reading the spreadsheet for a while as well, so you know.
Really interesting listening.
It is quality content.
Yep, genuine value. That's what you get from us. You get genuine value.
We're using a lowercase q for quality. We're not quality street. Just all right.
You get to listen to us try and remember a few bits and pieces as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of pausing for thinking in this one.
Yeah, a lot of navel gazing. We have a website. It's copilotspodcast.co.uk. We're on Twitter at Real Co-Pilots, Instagram The Real Co-Pilots Podcast. It's not quite as punchy as our Twitter, is it?
No.
The Instagram handle, but
it's longer and more descriptive.
Followers. That is very true. I've just noticed. Oh god, that's really bad. Someone who I work with is following the podcast on Instagram. That's really bad.
It's fine. We don't post anything.
No, that's very true. I've just noticed that Jack follows us as well. I bet he doesn't listen. Jack, if you ever listen to this and you want to let us know that you listen to it without telling us, we'll give you the code word. The code word is, as I'm sure you can guess, Rich, carrot.
Yes.
Enjoy it. It's fun. We liked this one. Bye.
Yeah. Well, not quite. Bye. There'll be some music, and then we'll still be here. Don't turn the podcast off.
Yeah, not show too much behind the curtain, but we might not record the intro when you think the intro might be recorded. I mean, I hadn't had enough of viruses sweeping the earth and wiping out a whole load of the population and people wearing masks all over the cunting shop, so let's watch these.
Do you know what's weird? Is that these were on the list before COVID happened.
I know. Do you know what I have been thinking while I was watching Between, which is the one that's a little bit closer to reality as it is now, is I just felt really bad for the person who came up with it and the people who wrote it.
Yeah, well, I think it's a little bit older, but
yeah, it finished in 2016, so actually I feel less bad. But had they been making this right now, what the fuck would they have done? Like, well, people aren't going to want to watch this, so.
Well, I mean, can you imagine? Apparently, the government's been taking points from Contagion, so.
To be fair, do you remember when the pandemic first properly hit in March and everybody was watching Contagion?
Yeah, I still haven't seen it because I was like, it's a bit.
I was like, I don't need to watch that, and that's very much what I thought of Between. To be completely honest with you, it was like, and she's gonna have the baby, and it's all gonna be fine, and she's panicking, and blah, blah, people in masks, and yeah, it's unfortunate for the show that it.
But can you imagine if we'd watched these at this time last year?
And well, this time last year we'd just be clear, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it would just be starting.
We were just hearing about it, weren't we? I think at this point. And
at time of recording, by the time that this goes out, like, the world would be fucked by that point.
What will we be doing? Because it's 17th
April.
of April. There's something significant happening on the 17th of April, I think, isn't there? In terms of the rules changing, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying not to. We've been burned too many times.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention.
That is exactly my thinking on it all the way through, is because a lot of people I know are like, quite optimistic about it, and I'm still very much, I am keeping my powder dry because we've been here before.
Yeah, there was that trip to Durham, and then everything changed, and then they were like, you get to have Christmas, and then they were like, oh, actually, could you not?
But did you see that Brewdog had released a not Barnyard, what was it? Bernard Castle. What was the place he went? Barnard Castle.
Yeah.
They released a Barnard Castle eye test, and the copy on, like, the text on the can got gradually smaller and smaller and smaller, like an eye test.
Yeah, I remember. I think I posted a photo on Instagram or something like not long after it happened, just sat in my car. Just, I think I have tried the beer, yeah. But I also posted like an Instagram photo, like just a picture of like my steering wheel, which is like just finished going for my eye test.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's funny.
And I bet the government didn't like that too much, did they? They thought, "Fuck, well, we've been done here. Now what do we do? There's no coming back from this."
Yeah, once you've been burned by me, it's basically game over.
Yeah, that's it. Which one we
start? Because then you look at the rest of my pictures and go, "Oh, not this cunt."
Oh, he's lonely. Seeing as we've started on Between, should we start on Between?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Instagram photos. There's just a picture of like empty central London. It's just weird. I don't like it.
So Between, it's a Netflix original, I think. No, it's not a Netflix original.
It is a Netflix.
Oh, original. It is and it isn't. Okay, it's a Netflix original. There's a town in America called Pretty Lake, and there's a disease that kills everybody over the age of 22.
Yeah, so we'd be fucked.
Yeah, you would have been a long time ago. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Even still, like, even without joking about me being a lot older than I am, 8 years is still quite a long time.
But yeah, so we have a pregnant lady, Wiley, who I actually found her kind of irritating, and I feel bad about that. But she's very much like,
I don't think
my baby's going to die.
There's
something wrong with the baby. The baby's not going to make it through labour. There's something going wrong.
Do you know what she needs?
Fucking me, mate.
Hypnobirthing. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if you're meant to like her.
Yeah, no, I don't. Well, I didn't. So there's that.
Well, I think the issue is I don't think you're gonna like. The thing that I found with this is that it's very sort of. I feel like it's gonna be very under the domey.
Yes, it felt. I did get that very thing.
Just with no dome, so
under the.
Under the perimeter, inside the perimeter,
within the boundaries.
Yeah, between these several points around the perimeter. I think that's the full title.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, what does between mean? Like, I know the definition of the word. But why is it called Between?
Maybe it's because it's like the virus kills people between the ages of 22 and dead.
Between the ages of 22 and infinity. Yeah, it's. I didn't hate it. It's not a good time for the world to be watching shows about a deadly virus that like rips through a community, killing everyone.
No, I mean that's very much the trouble that I had with it is I did really struggle to separate it, particularly in the scene where they're in the press conference and everyone's just wearing masks, and I was like, you don't know how close you are to it, and it was just a bit like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, and then there's I can't remember what his name is. Her mate who's just fucking hacking shit. Who's like, well, yeah, I've hacked into. So I've noticed that everyone's over the age of 22, and it's like, cool.
How the fuck have you done that? And check his hard drive.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think maybe you could get a message to the outside world that's like, hey, people under 22 aren't dying, let us out? Or maybe they should just nuke it. Can you imagine that was the end of the whole thing's one episode, and at the end they just nuke it. And it's like, well,
fuck it, who cares?
Problem solved. Not a great TV show, but problem solved.
Yeah. I don't understand why we don't have jobs.
Yeah, I mean, I also don't understand why this virus is so picky. The thing I think the main issue that I have with it is that why is it only affecting people over the age of 22?
Yeah,
And only this place.
Yeah, I mean, this is the trouble. Is like mysteries about disappearing people and trying to work out like a big global thing. Like, they just really struggle to grab me. Unless they're what's the one where they all just showed up on the beach? What was that? The Returned, was that? Or
I think
that genuinely was really good. Or actually,
how much more of it did you watch?
Yeah, none.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like they're interested. Oh, it's The Crossing. I think.
Crossing. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they like come back from the future. But the interesting thing about that is that in the first episode they were like, so this is where we're from, this is what's happening, these are like our super weird alpha predator robot things, and don't get in their way, they'll fuck you up. And I can't remember what the plane one was.
They went up and then they came down, and it was 5 years later.
Yeah, I mean I can't remember what the name of it was. I remember the episode.
Was it called? Oh,
Chernobyl.
What happened on that flight then? I think that's what it was called.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it. It's on the list. Oh, Jesus, the plane.
Was that last year we did that one? I think it was, wasn't it?
I feel like it was, or it might have been.
Was it? No, maybe it was 2 years ago then.
No, it can't have been.
Yeah. I mean,
it wasn't Siren, because Siren was the thing about mermaids.
I kind of liked it. Was it Origin and Impulse? No. See, this is how good it was.
Yeah, it wasn't Deadly Class.
No, there was something about teleporting. Those were the YouTube shows, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Midnight Texas? No.
No, that was the guy who moved to. Oh yeah, because Hindsight's the time travel thing that was so bad it was good, Wait. And me and Jack watched the whole thing.
I don't remember the time travel. Hindsight, I do not.
Oh, she like goes in a lift and travels back in time.
Yeah, Jesus.
And like you hated it, but me and Jack really enjoyed it and watched the whole thing.
I've just remembered. I'm looking back at the old spreadsheets and how I just renamed everything Goose. But yeah, no. So that was really interesting.
Big fan of Top Gun.
Listening to us looking at an old spreadsheet. Yeah, I like. Like I said, the only problems I had. Well, not the only, because there was some really bad acting in it as well. There is some really, really bad acting in it. Like when she's right at the end, when she's just giving birth to the baby, and the guy was like, "It's okay, look, it's a boy, he's all right. Look, here he is," and she just, he's alive, he made it. And she literally looks down the camera and goes, "Yes, but for how long?" I was like, "Well, you're not having this baby, because what the fuck are you gonna do?"
Maybe ask a mate who can give you a life expectancy 22 fucking years. I think so. The thing that I think those other shows that we searched through the spreadsheet for does differently to this is that it gives you enough in the first episode to understand the mystery. Whereas this just goes, over 22 and you're dead. And that makes you go, cool, fussy virus. Don't give a fuck. But a show that makes you go, these guys came back from the future, this is their shit. And you go, well, how's that going to affect us now? And can other people come back?
Yeah.
And the plane's just like, why the fuck did the plane take 5 years to fly across a country?
I'm pretty sure I said this on the thing, but when you set up one big mystery like that, I don't think the resolution could ever be satisfying.
No. Especially if they're big fans of Stephen King.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's really, but aliens.
Literally got to the final chapter, was like, and then the aliens came down.
yeah, just blah blah blah, aliens. The end.
Did Frequency resolve itself quite satisfactorily? Because I always think back on that as actually being a good show.
Yes, it's satisfying because it doesn't try to explain why. It just explains what was done with the like what the father and daughter in that did together to solve a mystery, and like they did it through time, but knowing that they couldn't change too much, but just enough. Well, I mean, they learned in the first episode, don't change too much, you might kill your mum. So, yeah. I swear, the first episode of most time travel shows ends up with the main character accidentally resurrecting or killing their mum. That's really like a staple of that genre. I mean, to be fair, I'm tempted to give Between another episode to see if episode 2 gives a more intriguing like plot. If it's one of those weird like 2-part pilots, it's not listed as a 2-part pilot, but it might be one of those ones that just sort of goes, well, we've made the whole season, we don't need to hook them in. You know, like Netflix are really good at making. Not going to fucking forgive Star Trek Discovery for making me sound like a fucking idiot on the podcast.
That's still one of my favourite moments where he was like, yeah, no, rubbish. Oh my god!
Well, yeah, because you haven't listened to it back, but so if you
I
listen
did,
to like,
because you put in a little edit point. And he said, so I then went and
yeah, I mean, I had to because I fucking slated that show, and then I really watched the next half of the pilot. Went, oh, son of a bitch! All right, I'm gonna go edit that podcast and I was tempted just to edit my whole side of the conversation out and then just be like, put in like a yes to every point that you made.
That would have taken ages.
Yeah, well, I mean, we only make like one good point an episode. Yeah, so. Just be a lot of you talking and occasionally we just go,
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's Between. I've instantly forgotten it. It's just a bit too close to that. However, The Rain, holy fucking shit, did that grab me from the first thing, and I was like, yep, I fucking love this.
Well, I think, I really enjoyed it because it didn't give you much setup. It's like, oh, look, a family, and then she's at school, and then her dad walks in and just goes, right, we need to fucking go now. It's like, is it the rain? Is it the rain? And it's just like, the rain's coming. I'm like, tell me more about the rain. And then he dies. Or doesn't die. But they go to a
I really like, I've said it before, say it again, I really like shows that do a big old time jump and don't necessarily fill in the gaps. I really like that.
The thing that I liked about this one is the way that they did it as well. They didn't just go 5 years later. They gave you like, it's a montage essentially, with like some actual sort of scenes.
When you say that, montage, I only really recognised it was happening like when he was in the gym, like he lifted up the thing or he pulled himself up and suddenly he was huge. I was like, okay, well, this is later.
When they pull the camera away and it was a different actor, that's when I noticed.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, you're sat there like, I'm colourblind, I'm not age blind.
But yeah, there's a virus in the rain. Like, that was an amazing high concept. It's like, okay, the rain kills you. It's like literally, this is what I thought acid rain was when I was a kid.
Oh, don't. It wasn't until the Magic School Bus explained to me that acid rain wasn't just acid that falls from the sky. Do you remember
the Magic School Bus had a PC game on CD-ROM where you went from planet to planet?
Yes, and I'm really annoyed because we have a copy of it somewhere, maybe.
Oh my god.
I don't have it here, and I think COVID is stopping.
That's the only thing. That's the one thing you want to change about COVID. I don't care about the restriction. I just want to be able to go home, not say hello to my mum and dad.
Just want to go see my mum and dad.
The Magic School Bus,
and then just get the game. So eBay Magic School Bus DVD. I don't want the DVD. I just want the game. Why does it think I'm in America?
Because you're dumb as fuck. Well.
My feelings. Oh, it's because I went to eBay.com. That's why. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, alright, we'll change that to .co.uk. Yeah, so yeah, I remember it's got a game. And yeah, no, I like the idea of the rain fucking destroying everyone. It's 40 quid.
What? That's ridiculous.
And you know, the worst thing is it probably wouldn't run.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to YouTube it. Magic School by CD-ROM, because I think that might have been. It was one of the very first video games I ever played.
Yeah, and to say it's 40 quid, the state of this box.
Oh man, this is not good quality graphics. Oh shit, it's running on Windows 95. Oh, this is brilliant. I found a video on YouTube.
Oh well, that's my evening's being
1994.
sorted.
Venus at a glance. Yeah, because you used to go down to the planets, didn't you?
Yeah, still my favourite. So, I know this is a little bit off topic for the killer virus, but one of my favourite Magic School Bus episodes is where they go into one of the kids'
in
bodies.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, like that, but with what's her name, Miss Frizz?
I can't remember.
Oh yeah, your memory's bad anyway. I'm trying to remember the 90s.
Oh man, yeah, you used to like wear the spacesuits and you jump off the platforms and stuff.
Oh, can we just do our whole podcast episode? Where we just talk about
this
Magic School
isn't
Bus?
the rain at all, is it? But, which is brilliant.
No. But can we do that? Like a whole set. Episode 200 is just the Magic School Bus episode.
I don't remember that much about it, but like I'll give it a.
Well, we'll watch
I'll
it
give
then.
I don't even remember the song, the Magic School Bus. That's the only bit of it I remember. But yeah, no,
cool. Netflix is just showing me an advert for a thing that I want to watch. The Magic.
Right, this is with the rails. The rails have come off. It's gone off the rails and the wheels have fallen off. This is madness.
It's on.
Fuck
Netflix.
off, is it?
Yeah. The original and the Magic School Bus rides again. So I'm just gonna add in them all to my list. Yeah, so the rain's really good. But no, yeah, like having it essentially be nature versus humanity. It's always quite a good set piece. It's like The Mist.
Yeah.
Like having
something natural that kills you.
Nature be the villain.
There's not really anything you can do, is there? I do wonder, like how good like any explanation it is.
I feel like it's going to be man-made-ish. And it's just they're going to have been trying to cure something else, and then sort of gone, oh fuck.
I mean,
and then they've poisoned the rain.
It kind of all these shows, the past 4 weeks, 2 weeks that we've done, the 4 shows, one in particular, obviously, owe a lot to The Stand, and this feels very much like The Stand, or at least the start of The Stand, anyway.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't feel like it's not a bad thing. And both of them only have, I think, like 3 seasons each, which feels like enough.
I don't know if this is.
Oh, Between only has 2.
Yeah, The Rain has 3, but I don't know if there's going to be another one. And I don't really want to read too much about it because it's good.
It was renewed for a 3rd and final season.
That's the other thing, is that does make it more attractive to me because it's only
20 whole.
Yeah, it's 20 episodes. That's perfectly manageable for me. I like that sort of thing.
Oh, season 1 is 8 and then it's 6 and 6. I see. So I was like, 20 episodes, that sounds like 2 of 3 seasons. Oh, so they're short seasons as well. Oh, yeah, it's like they listen to us.
This is the thing. Like
they don't.
My new favourite thing to read about something that comes onto Netflix is limited series.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me something that's like 4 episodes long, and 4 episodes long and good.
3 good episodes, like the White House.
Was it
One of us.
Was it
One of us. That
last
was it.
year? Oh yeah, that's what I've just added to my list. Was it last year where we did the replacement?
No, that was 2 years ago.
It was the year before. Yeah.
That was the
that
Scottish one,
was BBC show.
I actually have.
Yeah. Vicky McCall was
we had to get DVDs.
It was so hard to find. The only way we could find it was DVDs. It's like the original Doctor Who episode. The easiest way to find it is to buy a DVD of like 5 or 6 episodes of Doctor Who. But the replacement was so good, and it was 3 episodes, and it was perfectly wrapped up. I understand that.
Quite like ITV dramas for that sort of length.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with your show being the right length. It's what I like about one of the things I like about The Mandalorian is that the episodes are as long as they need to be. They're not, oh shit, we've got a lot of story to tell, so we better tell too much in this one episode. You're like, sometimes you sit down to watch an episode and you're like, it's an hour and a half. Why? Fucking Game of Thrones did a lot of that.
Yep. Saying that about Mandalorian though, I think there are a couple of episodes that are like, they're just obstacles to put in the way of the main story being told. Sometimes I'm like, some of the Monster of the Week ones are good, but there are definitely some I'm like,
I think so. You remember the one where they crash on the snow planet just basically so that the X-wing can turn up at the end? It's the one where Grogu's eating all the eggs. I don't understand the point of that episode apart from.
Is that the one with the weird spiders? So that one was the one that I watched after that night that we all had on Zoom, and I was horrifically hungover, so I could barely watch it. So I don't really. Well,
it's just Grogu eats loads of eggs. They get where they need to eventually, but there's an X-wing, and that's, I think, essentially the story of that episode.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm still, Star Wars Adventures. Which was good fun.
I'm trying to think what I want from The Rain before I commit to watching the rest of it, which I'm already sort of committed to. Do you know how hard the last 2 weeks have been to not watch the rest of it? Like I've been sat, and it just keeps coming up on Netflix. It's like, do you want to keep watching this? I'm like, but I can't.
Well, you got a week off now,
so I'm gonna finish the fucking thing.
Go for it. Tonight.
Yeah. What I want out of it is, I want the first season to be them like forming this group of survivors, because that's a solid first season. Forming a group of survivors, finding out you're going to get introduced to like main players, like you would in like The Walking Dead, but you can maybe get attached to these ones because they won't die straight away. Not that I'm bitter about Noah at all.
I was going to say, you're still on that. That was like.
He was my favourite character for all 3 of his episodes.
Was he the one in the revolving door?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, but somehow Carl gets shot in the face and doesn't die. Fucking bullshit. I've lost my train of thought. But I hope you get flashbacks of like some other characters' point of views of like the start of the storm. I'm figuring it's like a storm that sort of rages for a bit and then everyone's like, we live in bunkers now. Apart from those cunts who lived outside. But I also like the idea of like...
I really liked it.
What's his name? Rasmus being... Is it Rasmus?
Yeah.
Having to deal with the fact that he's lived most of his life in a bunker.
Yeah.
And what that's going to do to like his... I guess the way that social interaction works after that, for them to being like so isolated. I think it has more potential than, oh god, all the adults are dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But I would be intrigued to see like where the dad's been, because he just doesn't come back for, is it 5 years?
6 years.
6 years. Yeah.
Oh no, I've just looked at the recurring characters. Oh.
I've not looked.
I'm closing the page. I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, you've got a week off. You can probably finish it by tomorrow. The whole thing.
Yeah. You think it's going to take me till tomorrow?
No.
I have several screens. I could finish 4
But yeah,
episodes in 2 hours. No. I could finish season 1 in 2 hours. As long as Netflix lets me run multiple things off my account. Yeah, I mean, I'm basically going to keep watching The Rain, and I might give Between another chance. I think that's where I'm at.
Fair. I definitely am not gonna, but I probably will watch the Rain at some point. When I get round to watching all the other shows.
If I watch another episode of The Between and tell you that episode 2 shit just goes nuts.
It won't. It won't. I think there's actively bad things.
Okay, right. I can see you hovering there on the spreadsheet. Do you want to talk about what we're doing next week?
Yeah, because
this is for you.
This is my hangover
This is
show.
for you.
So Derek and Afterlife. So we're having a Ricky Gervais special. Afterlife is my hangover show.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna shut
Because
up. And then you're gonna be like, "Why the fuck is this your hangover show?"
I know roughly the premise because I've seen a couple podcasts where
like,
Ricky Gervais is talking about it.
Yeah. The day after Mitch's stag, like I woke up in the bed and I was like, "Oh no!" So then I just put it on and just listened to it, like dozing and stuff. So it was fucking great.
Oh, did you wake up like Spud?
Not quite. Not this time.
Do you know
Right.
Trainspotting is
Fuck
25 years old today?
You're obsessed.
It's my comfort show. Weirdly,
Ugh.
I really enjoyed it.
Happy birthday to Trainspotting.
Happy birthday, dear junkies.
Happy birthday, dead baby.
Oh.